Hello guys, you are listening to the Mid-State League Weekly Podcast where we cover the Harvest Preparatory School Athletic Warriors. We give you scores, updates, stats, and we keep you updated on all things Harvest Prep. Hey, my name is Willie Stimmich, and stay in the house because we about to cover all this right quick. I know you guys are tuned into the Super Bowl, but Harvest Prep's got a super team, and they'll continue to roll as we get closer to the playoffs. So let's keep it rolling. Hey, let's give us a follow on all social media at Twitter at MSL Weekly, Facebook.com/MSL Weekly, or hit us up on Instagram at Willie Stimmich Photography, or just drop us an email at infoforwillie@gmail.com. First segment, we'll talk all things Harvest Prep. Second segment, we'll take you around the league, just give you a few scores. And the third segment, we'll finish strong at the rim. So hold tight. Let's get it. We're in the house. The Mid-State League Weekly Podcast.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Okay, guys, we're back. This is the Mid-State League Weekly Podcast. My name is Willie Stimmich, your host. Hey, let's cut it up. Let's get right into it. We ain't gonna mess around because I know you guys will watch Super Bowl, so let's get into it. Okay, only one game this week, I think, and that was Harvest Prep taking on Fisher Catholic, and they took it on, I think that was Monday, January 28th. And that final score was 85-45. Harvest Prep kind of had a practice, I say, against Fisher Catholic. These guys are no competition for Harvest Prep, none of these guys, but, you know, it is what it is. They're in the league, so they did even in the first quarter, it was 31-10 in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, 31-10. I mean, in Fisher Catholic, I don't even think they even muster any kind of offense with 10 points. And at halftime, it was actually 52-25 at half. So you know it's going to be like a steamroll from here on out. But I think the Fisher Catholic outscored Harvest Prep in the fourth quarter, 12-9. But I guess the fourth quarter really didn't matter because we already had a cushion on Fisher Catholic. So that was your final score, 85-45, Harvest Prep. And a lot of these games this week was postponed due to cold weather, polar vortex, this crap. It's kind of messed up. But, you know, I was just looking to go to some basketball game, but, you know, all the games were like canceled because of this polar vortex crap, man. I don't, you know, it is what it is, though. It's, you know, nothing you can do about it. Then you had snowstorms and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, let me give you the rundown on the scores. For Fisher Catholic, the only guy that really did anything was Jason Boyden. He had 12 points out of the 45 points that Fisher Catholic had. And they really, you know, they need a lot of, I mean, if you go play Harvest Prep, you need a lot of help. I mean, 12 points is not going to cut it. I mean, those other guys got to get involved. But for Harvest Prep, let me run down the scores for you right quick. Sol Hines had 9 points. Avante Duncan had 2 points. C.J. Anthony, of course, had 26. Bryce Beavers had 9. Good show for Bryce. He made 9 points. That was a good outing. His brother Brandon Beavers had 10. Ralph Robinson with 2. Andrew Tate with 5. Raymond Robinson had 5 points. Elijah Glenn with 13. And Malachi Henry, good to see him getting off to a good start. He had 4 points. So, you know, that was the score, the only score, the only game this week, I think. Maybe I'm missing a game, but that's all I've seen this past week for Harvest Prep basketball. Now, I want to do a comparison because I've been looking at this team and I was looking at last year's team, and I did a lot of studying, and I got a lot of notes here. So I just want to compare this team to last year's team. I mean, last year's team was legit. Last year's team was kind of like undefeated, had a lot of depth, a lot of size, a lot of people coming off the bench. I mean, productive. Now, this year's team, let's see, we picked up 5 new players: Malachi Henry, Kenneth Sykes, Brian Beavers, and Mario Davis. Last year's team was kind of like the same of this team this year, but we lost Isaiah Cumberland, 6'6", Sean Peterson, 6'3", Daniel Nareco, 6'4", Claudio Pena, 6'6". That's a lot of size. 2 6'6", a 6'4", and a 6'3", and we lost those to senior graduation. But I just want to compare the two teams. Last year's team, and like I said, I don't know. I'm still kind of salty about what happened. I mean, that team last year was legit. That team last year could have won the state undefeated in their league. That team last year should have went to flying to the hoop and competed with some elite competition from all over the globe. I mean, that team last year was the first undefeated team in HPS history if they wouldn't have lost in the state. That would have been the first undefeated team in Harvest Prep history. That last year's team, that team could have beat Cincinnati Deer Park, because I watched them play Alpha Centric, and man, Alpha Centric let that game slip, because them guys could not, they couldn't even keep up with Alpha Centric in the first half. But that second half, Alpha Centric laid an egg, man. I mean, they just couldn't even get off. And that team, look at this. The winning percentage of last year's team was .967. That team last year was 16-0 in that conference. Their record was 29-1 in that conference last year. The average points per game for last year's team was 94.8. Did you hear what I said? 94.8 last year. Those guys was averaging almost 100 points a game. I mean, less than 80 points a game. I mean, they were averaging 94.8 points a game. Even in the playoffs, this was just the average regular season. Not the playoffs, the regular season, 94.8. And in the playoffs, they was like averaging 78 points a game in the playoffs, out of the district and the regionals and the state. But the only game they didn't score over 100 is the state semifinal, which they only scored 52 points. I cannot believe that. Not from a Harvest Prep team. I cannot believe that. I like to see more of the rotation, in the lineup. I mean, there's some guys that I think can give you some good numbers, good production. And let me take you back to last year's team. Look at this. Let me just read this right quick. Last year's team, first game, Wellington, 69-56. Second game, Fairfield Christian, 115-37. Third game, Harvest Prep, 95, Burn Union, 40, 95-40. Fourth game, Harvest Prep, 100, Barberville City, Kentucky, 59. Harvest Prep, 71, Gatlinburg Pittman, 55. Look at this, Harvest Prep, 100, Bath County, Kentucky, 61, 100-61. Harvest Prep, 86, Tuscarawas Central Catholic, 35 points. Let me see here. Harvest Prep 90, Rosecrans 46. Harvest Prep 83, Grove City Christian 43. Harvest Prep 79, Wellington 73. That was the tightest game, but that was a good win. Harvest Prep 114, Millersport 50. Harvest Prep 86, Chillicothe 77. Harvest Prep 83, Fisher Catholic 60. Harvest Prep 106, Fairfield Christian 39. Harvest Prep 83, Burn Union 29. Harvest Prep 80, Bishop Rosecrans 39. Harvest Prep 109, Horizon Science 35. Harvest Prep 94, Grove City Christian 46. Harvest Prep 114, Millersport 43. Harvest Prep 90, Fisher Catholic 39. Harvest Prep 66, Pleasant 56. And look at the playoffs. The district, when they got to the district, They played International 101 to 36. Look at that blowout. The second game was Madison Plains 70 to 21. Third game was Pleasant up at Olentangy 71 to 49. Fourth game was Bishop Ready. Bishop Ready 64 to 48. And then he went to the regionals. They beat Williamsburg 78 to 60. They struggled with Garaway. They struggled with Garaway 59 to 53. But we'll take that win. And then the boys state semi rather, they lost to Alphacentric 54 to 52. They should have been running these guys out of the gym. But unfortunately they didn't. I think the offense is a little stagnant, a little slow. I look at Georgetown. I went back to do some research on the 1983 to 84 Georgetown Hoyas. A lot of you guys are like maybe too young to know about the Georgetown Hoyas. But look at their starting lineup. They had Patrick Ewing. He was a junior, 7 feet. He's averaging 18 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. David Wingate. He was a sophomore, averaging 16, 4 rebounds a game. Reggie Williams was a freshman, averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds a game. Billy Martin, he was a junior. And these guys, man, these are the starting five. Michael Jackson was a sophomore. He was averaging 10 points a game. Then they bench, man, Fred Brown, senior. Gene Smith, senior. Michael Graham, senior. Horace Bordex, he was a sophomore. And, Look at the rotation. John Thompson Sr., I believe he was one of the best coaches. That's why a lot of those guys went to Georgetown, because they was gonna get that work in. And then even go back to 1995-96, Allen Iverson was 25 points a game. He led that team to 29-8 record. But what I'm saying is the rotation, and I keep going, last year's team, and this year's team is good, but we're going to find out what they're really made of, because the playoff season is right around the corner. So we're going to really find out what they're made of coming into playoffs and the regionals, because it's one and done season when that goes up there. Whenever it comes, I think it's in March. We talk March Madness. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into some scores from that week, and see who won their game, who won their league, who won their game. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmich.
How much pressure do you have to perform from day one?
There's no pressure. There's no pressure at all. I've been getting pressure since I was 10 years old. I'm doing something that I love to do. Let's play the game of basketball. Y'all like to watch me play basketball. It hasn't kicked in yet to what I'm getting myself into. I'm not going to guarantee no championship, I'll tell you that. I just hope that they accept me for who I am as a basketball player, and especially as a person. I know how to be a leader. It's just a long-term. I always tell y'all that this was one of the long-term dreams I always had. That's just playing in the NBA.
From St. Vincent St. Mary's High School,
Okay, guys, we're back. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. I'm your host, Willie Stimmich. Hey, let's get into some scores. What happened around the Mid-State League Cardinal? We're going to jump on it right there, and then we're going to just continue on with the show. Scores from the league this week. Wellington 60, Burn Union 37. Zane Margaret at 8, Brock Unger with 8. And for Wellington, Dallas Patrick had 20, and Marcus Stewart scored 19 in that game. Fisher Catholic 45, Horace Prep, like I said, 85. Jaden Borden had 12. CJ Anthony had 26 in that contest. Bishop Hartley, 89. Grove City Christian, 56. Braden Holbrook had 21 for Grove City Christian. Morgan Stafford had 33. And this guy's Morgan Stafford. I watched this guy play this summer in AAU, and this guy's a beast. He's one of those guys that got the mind that he want to attack the rack every time. He want to challenge everybody every time. And like that, he got that attitude like CJ Anthony, man. I mean, he like to just go at, no competition is too big that he can't handle. I just put it like that. Moving right along. Horizon Science 60, Millersport 42. Bobakar Jallo was 16 for Horizon Science, and Mason Purvis had 15 for Millersport. That's all the scores I have for this week. So I hope there's more basketball despite the weather coming up. With that being said, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to close this out with some announcements and some updates from your Harvest Prep Warriors. Hey, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. Hey, my name is Willie Stimmich, and let's take a quick break.
Ohio students help create the association's program on sporting behavior.
Through the Respect the Game campaign, we are encouraging student athletes, parents, fans, coaches, and officials to do 3 important things.
Speak with courtesy, act with dignity, and play or observe with pride.
Okay, guys, we're back. This is the last segment. This is the Mid-State League Weekly podcast, and my name is Willie Stimmich. Hey, let's get it. Let's go and close this out. I know you guys want to watch that Super Bowl. I do too, but I got to get this in. So, hey, let's do it. Columbus Dispatch released, I guess it's a state high school basketball area polls. And we're going to jump down to Division 3, which Harvest Prep is in. So we go, I think, Division 3. Archibald is number 1. Wheelersburg is number 2 at 19-0. Archibald is 14-0. Anna checks in at number 3 at 15-0. Harvest Prep checks in at number 4 at 12-2. Cincinnati Purcell Marion checks in number 5 at 14. They won 14, lost 2. After they're 14-2. Genoa checks in number 6 at 13-0. Ottawa Glandorf checks in number 7 at 11-1. Beaver Easton checks in at number 8 at 15-1. Brookfield is number 9 at 14-2. Ashtabula Edgewood checks in number 10 at 14-0. We might run up on Wheelersburg again. So we're going to see. This is where the test starts. So we're going to really see where we are as a team. I mean, Mid-State League is good, you know, but I like when you play elite competition. You really see what you're made of. Dispatch polls came out this week, and these are just Columbus Dispatch polls. Division 3 has Harvest Prep 12-2, Worthington Christian 12-4, Johnstown at 11-2. Number 4 is Columbus Academy at 10-4. South number 5 is Fairbanks at 13-2. And then you have Grandview at 9-5. This is the Columbus Dispatch polls right here. So, you know, we're coming in the down stretch, and so we need all hands on deck. We need guys to just be focused and play your game. I mean, don't fear nobody. Don't fear. I don't care if you're Division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It don't matter. Just play your game, and you know you'll be successful. Harvest Prep remaining schedule. February the 5th, they take on Grove City Christian at Grove City Christian. February the 9th, they take on Millersport at home. February the 12th, they take on Grove City Christian at home. February the 15th, they have Fisher Catholic away. And then the final game would be February the 16th. They take on Mansfield St. Peter's. That game will be at the Cave at Harvest Prep. Let me give you your standings as of today. Your overall standings in the Mid-State League Cardinal Division: Harvest Prep 13-2, Bishop Rosecrans 13-2, Wellington 9-5, Burn Union 10-5, Fisher Catholic 10-6, Fairfield Christian 7-8, Grove City Christian 4-11, and Millersport is 3-14. Now here's your conference standings. Harvest Prep is on top at 8-0. Rosecrans is 8-2. Wellington is 7-2. Burn Union is 5-5. Fisher Catholic is 5-5. Fairfield Christian is 2-6. Grove City Christian is 2-7, and Millersport is 0-10. Millersport is really struggling. They was like 0-10 last year in the Mid-State League. Don't know they have enough players. I don't know how people they want to. I don't know if people want to play. I don't know what the deal is, but I mean, if you gotta play ball, I mean, you got to come out with your best every night. And I don't know what I don't know what the deal is. So so be it. Here's your upcoming schedule for Harvest Prep this week. Let's see, February the 4th, middle school boys were taking on Millersport at home. The 7th grade boys were taking on Millersport at home. Girls varsity are at KIPP. February the 5th, boys freshmen will be taking on Grove City Christian. So there you have it. Okay, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to give a shout out to a lot of people. So let me shout out OHSAA Executive Director Jerry Snodgrass, the Director of Communication Tim Street. We thank you. Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association for allowing me to bring a podcast that sheds light on the Mid-State League, especially Harvest Prep. We want to thank Harvest Prep Athletics, Mr. Dave Wolf, Coach Dave Dennis. Thank all my social media partners who give me updates all week. The Dispatch Sports, Max Prep Sports, This Week Sports, 10 TV Wall to Wall Sports, Game Breaker Magazine, and all the rest. There's a lot. I got guys on Twitter that updates on different things. So kind of follow everybody, get all the stats, get all the paperwork, do everything, and just bring you this podcast. I want to thank you, the listening audience, for tuning in. And if you want to recap any of these shows, you can go to Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, or Twitter, and you can actually redo this, re-listen to the show. That's all I got, guys, for today, and thank you guys for listening again. And I think it's Super Bowl time, really. Yeah, it's Super Bowl time. So with that being said, guys, I got 2 fingers up. That means peace. I'm out of here.